This could really split some people, man. Like, what he's talking about right now essentially is a huge underlining problem with Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders' biggest problem just got exposed. And trust me, this one is bigger than people think. I just watched something that made a whole lot of things click for me. You ever play a game and just feel like something in the progression just isn't adding up, but you just can't quite put your finger on it? Yeah, this video finally put words to that feeling. The breakdown you're about to see highlights a problem that's been sneaking under the radar within Arc Raiders for most players. And once you hear it laid out, you're not going to look at the game the same way again. Now, I have a question for you guys. Do you feel like Arc Raiders rewards your grind and time that you put into leveling your character? I mean, really, be very honest here. Do you feel like that there's anything that they can improve upon to make this experience even better? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Mind you guys, there is no right or wrong answer here. I just would like to spark a conversation with you guys and see how you're feeling. Now, if you enjoy Arc Raiders, make sure you give this video a big like, and also consider subscribing if you love conversations and insights just like this. This is the breakdown everybody needs to hear, the kind of insight that puts the whole picture in focus. So without further ado, let's hop in to the reaction. Okay folks, this video is by Aces and the title of his video is as follows: Arc Raiders, blueprints should not reset with expeditions. Blueprints are too RNG to reset. And within this thumbnail here, it states blueprints should stay. Now, if you guys care to check out Aces, all his links will be down in the description below. Let's get to the video.
Yo guys, what's going on? It's Aces here today with another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about blueprints resetting upon an expedition here in Arc Raiders and why I don't really think that is such a great thing. Other than that, all of the other stuff that happens with an expedition, I actually like a ton, and we will touch on that.
Now, guys, really listen to this. Listen to this. This gets very interesting. Let's go.
Do me a huge favor, make sure you drop a like on the video here today, and of course consider subscribing to the channel for more Arc Raiders content. Let's dive in. So you don't know what an expedition is. It is essentially the prestige mode here in Arc Raiders, or if you're from Tarkov, it's kind of like a wipe, but it's more of a prestige mode with some carryover stuff that you do get for doing all that work and having to do it again.
Now, let me know, guys, would you be interested in prestiging, right? Or the expedition, as we like to call it in Arc Raiders? Let me know down in the comment section below. Does this tickle your fancy? Do you want to partake or not? Let me know. Let me know.
It's essentially the main gameplay loop in Arc Raiders. If you want to learn more about expeditions, you can come to your projects tab and hit about expeditions once you're level 20, or you can wait a couple days until I drop a full video breaking expeditions down. But as for the blueprints themselves, this is the main talking point of the video. Blueprints getting reset upon going on an expedition. So why is it I think blueprints should not be reset upon an expedition? Well, the main reason is because blueprints are so RNG. They are incredibly tough to come by in the first place, and then you get to do a roll on what blueprint you're actually going to get. And it seems like some are definitely more common than others. I have found the Bettina blueprint countless times, but there are literally multiple rows and pages of blueprints that I am missing. But I keep getting the Bettina or the Osprey, guns that I already have. When there's this much RNG involved, you will essentially never get all of the blueprints in Arc Raiders. You just will not get all of them. So that begs the question, why should they reset if I'm not going to get all of them? Now, some blueprints I would actually be okay with resetting. Some of the quest exclusive blueprints, I think those would be acceptable to be reset because your quests are also being reset upon going on an expedition.
Right.
So if all your quests are getting reset, then all of the quest rewards would get reset. Therefore, if there are quest exclusive blueprints, those could get reset. That would make sense to me. Okay. So if we could start to classify blueprints differently, whether it's based on rarity, based on how good the item actually is, or based on how they're obtained, I would definitely be in favor of some of the blueprints being reset if they are very static spawning blueprints.
Now here's my thought with what he's talking about there. It's interesting because I feel as though that he's wrong in a way as well. Aces, hear me out on this. Hear me out. I don't know if you ever see this video, but hello, Aces, if you do see it. I feel like he's wrong in a way because if we go ahead and then keep some of the blueprints there that you choose to have, what fun is it then to progress in the game? Like where you just have some items forever. After you prestige, right? You go back to feeling comfortable again because you have your same blueprints that you rely on. I feel like this is going to be up for a huge debate because it kind of ruins the gameplay loop where you get to kind of feel comfortable in Arc Raiders. As you do prestiges and things, this is supposed to mentally reset you and throw you off and make you be like, whoa, I'm not comfortable anymore, right? I have to work back up to this gear load and pray to God that I get the same weapon sets, aka blueprints, to get back to how I once was or how I felt comfortable playing the game. I think that is the loop itself. So as you progress through the game, I don't feel as though that you should have the choice to keep blueprints. I don't think you should. I think that they should reset. I think they're doing the right thing by resetting. Guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Are you with Aces here? Do you feel like you should carry over select blueprints? I don't think you should do that. I think once you reset, it's ground zero again, and you got to hustle again and put in that work again and just keep it like that. That's just me. I could be wrong. I could be right. Listen, let me know what you guys think. Let's continue to hear what this young man say.
Maybe it is something you have to get from the harvester. That kind of would make sense for them to be reset. Whether it's from a quest, that would also make sense to reset. But the blueprints that are strictly RNG, I just don't agree with them being reset.
I see. I don't agree with that. Now with the missions and things like that, reset them. Right. You do the harvester, you do your objectives and things like that, and you get XYZ blueprint. Cool, fine and good. But the ones that you get at random, no, not. I don't think you should be at liberty to keep them. That's just personally how I feel.
It's too much work to get them. And when you go to craft something that you have a blueprint for, you still have to get the materials. You still have to get the materials in raid. It's not like you're going to hop in an expedition and your next raider loads in and he has a bunch of explosive compound and sensors available to make explosive mines. So even if I have this blueprint, it's going to be a little bit until I get these items. Plus, there's going to be tons of players who aren't going to go on an expedition. They're just going to keep leveling up their raider, whether they want to hop in the next expedition window or they just don't want to prestige at all. And they're very happy with the time they put into their first run. There's going to be tons of players that have tons of blueprints. And honestly, I just think it kind of hurts the player doing the expedition. I don't think it's rewarding. I think it's actually punishing when everything else seems pretty balanced. This is really, genuinely, the one thing that kind of bothers me.
He does have a point there, though. He does have a point. That's how come I'm asking you guys. Do you feel like that shit should be choosy on that part, the blueprint section? He is right, because you do have to hustle to get the materials. I get where he's talking about that. I totally understand that. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm still sticking with the struggle. I'm still sticking with, like, okay, if you prestige, you lose those blueprints. You should not have choice in a handful of them that you take on over. I don't think that's fair. I think that is kind of corny. I don't know what they would need to adjust to find a solution in that area, because it's going to be a gray area, but that's just how I feel.
And you can see here, I am missing so many blueprints. Yeah. So many. And like I said, I find the Patina all the time. I find the Osprey all the time. I
got an Osprey.
I have only found one of. I've only found one explosive mine.
No, not the blueprint though. I got one in my inventory.
You know, some of these other augment blueprints I have found off killing another raider. I haven't even found them myself. So there is a lot of RNG in play, and you can see, you know, 22 of 68. Now, I haven't done anything with the Queen and the Harvester, so I don't fully know all about that. I haven't really done the research yet, but I do know you get a ton of blueprints doing that way. But you can see that I don't have a lot. And the fact that they're all going to get reset in, you know, what is it, 7 weeks? It's just like, you know, I don't really have to go for blueprints because they're just going to get reset. And it kind of, to me, makes blueprints not worth going for.
Damn, guys, this is getting tricky. This is getting tricky here. This could really split some people, man. Like, what he's talking about right now essentially is a huge underlining problem with arc raiders. It's something that a lot of gamers might put into question. I don't know. My heart's still saying let's not allow that, but he's making a valid argument here.
I have no desire to try and get better blueprints. I'm really happy with the current state of my character. Everything is already kind of accustomed to my playstyle, and I really don't need to craft anything, to be completely honest with you. So blueprints have kind of become irrelevant. Now, if security lockers get nerfed and some of the other methods to get better gear gets nerfed, then maybe we'll have to start crafting some of this stuff. In the current state of the game, blueprints are honestly kind of irrelevant. So I honestly think they should stay. I don't see a reason for them to be reset because they're just too RNG. So the counter to that would be, okay, they can reset every single time I go on an expedition, but they have to be more common. There has to be more guaranteed spawns. There has to be more fair rolls on what blueprint you're actually going to get.
Yeah, he's providing a solution to take. Okay.
Some of them are just too rare, and you can't get them. So something I think needs tweaked. I don't know exactly what that's going to be. In the current state of expeditions, it just doesn't make sense to me personally. Everything else makes perfect sense. All your upgrade progress for your stash, all of the coins you invested, yeah, see ya. Everything in your inventory, yeah, gone. Blueprints, like I said, just doesn't make sense. All your coins, your money, yes, makes sense. Your level makes sense. Your skill points makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything in the Raider Den, all of your workshop upgrades and your quest, all that stuff that you work to upgrade and complete, all that makes sense. Blueprints is the only one on this list that genuinely doesn't really make any sense at all. That's just my opinion, though.
So, guys, how do you feel about Ace's gripe with the blueprint situation? He brought up some valid points. I feel as though that you shouldn't be able to bring blueprints along on a expedition reset. That's me personally, right? You shouldn't have that choice of like, I'm going to bring this arpeggio blueprint or I'm going to bring this osprey, so on and so forth. I'm personally not for it, but this is about you folks. I want to have this conversation with you guys. Do you feel like you should be able to bring certain blueprints alongside with you? Or do you think that this is a fatal flaw of arc raiders erasing blueprints altogether? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Also, if you did not check out my last Arc Raiders video, it was a banger. Be sure to click here and I'll be sure to see you there.